What is up, everybody? Welcome to CLIPA Live. We are coming close to CLIPACon next week. If you haven't got your tickets yet, make sure you get on and get your tickets. It will sell out now, but we want to make sure you buy your tickets. We have a lot of good speakers coming up, and very excited to see everybody in person. But today, it's not about them. It's about our special guest, Mr. Shawn Day. Welcome to the program.
Hey, how you doing, Matt? Good to see you, buddy.
I'm doing great, man. I am out here in Mississippi. I have never been to Mississippi. I got my new hat.
Ole Miss, baby.
That's right. Ole Miss.
Love it.
Just moved my daughter into Ole Miss yesterday. Bittersweet. Very excited. Beautiful campus. I'm about probably about 100 yards from the football stadium, and I'm in what they call the Grove. You walk down, all the football players walk down the Grove. They're huge, put up tents and all sorts of stuff. They have a big party here. And the football players walk through the Grove to get to the stadium each game. How sweet is that?
That is cool. That is cool. And it's ironic. I'm moving my daughter next week to Miami University, Miami, Ohio.
Yeah, very cool. But this is not about our daughters and you and I, because nobody cares about us. So anyway, we're going to move on. Shawn, how are you, buddy?
Good, man. It's rocking and rolling, and we're doing all kinds of things. And I'm pumped up as usual for CLIPACon, man.
Yeah, we're excited to have you out there. So what do you do? Tell us about a little bit what you do. You know, you got some companies going, things like that, but I'm gonna let you talk about yourself.
Okay. So I've been self-employed for over 30 years now. I had a mortgage company for about 10 years, a cleaning company for about 20 years, sold that in 2015. And then we started to buy some cleaning companies together, and we ended up just under 100 employees. And so I said, we need to figure this recruiting thing out, guys. This is getting crazy. And they said, hey, that's a great idea, Shawn. Why don't you do that? So I said, great, I'll try. And I did. It took about a year and a half to put something together for our own companies. Matt, that was back in 2015, 16-ish. Yeah. And we went to a couple window cleaning association things and this and that, and over a beer with a couple buddies. How you doing this thing? How you finding employees? And the next thing I know, shorter version, we're now recruiting for hundreds and hundreds of companies around the country, mainly in the home service space, pressure washing, cleaning, pest control, and of course, my favorite, the Christmas light holiday stuff.
Yeah, there you go. So let's talk about Hulk, HLC. Oh, Higher Lead Chill, that's what it is.
Oh, I thought you were calling me Hulkster, Hulk Hogan, God rest his soul.
The name of your company, HLC. Oh, it's Higher Lead Chill, I see. So let's talk about that.
Yeah,
so
let's
talk
do
about the name, first of all. Let me hear about the name. Where'd
you
come up with the name?
So the partners that we have, one is Michael Gregory, Click Call Sell, one is Dan Plata, Best Damn Bookkeeping, and one is so Higher Lead Chill. That boom, 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 just sort of clicked. But I like it a lot because it talks specifically on sort of our vision statement as a company, Higher Lead and Chill. And our vision statement, I don't know it by heart, but it's something like this: we'd love to match great companies with great employees and solve our clients' employee problems. And that's the chill part of it, man. Chill. We want our clients just to chill out.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, let you guys do the work, because it is not easy. This is one of the toughest things. And I always tell people in my trainings, all the people I've trained over the years, hiring is going to be your most difficult thing. The Christmas lights, the install side of it, that's easy. It's the hiring of the employees. It's keeping good employees around. But you guys take that and you guys deal with all that stuff. You just bring people to them, right?
Yeah, you froze up for a minute there, Matt. But the employee side of it, for sure. I mean, it's I always tell people, if you could solve the employee side of the business, you've solved 95% of your stress. I mean, if we lose one client, we don't like it, but we don't lose sleep over it. The wife isn't getting divorce papers put together, but you know, we're really having a tough time sleeping if 3 or 4 people decide to quit or not show up to work. And to your point, it's an extremely different market than it was pre-COVID, even after COVID. It's just a really different marketplace, digitally wise, market online and Indeed and job boards and social media has changed dramatically.
Yeah. And if I freeze again, it's not because it's cold out here. If it's out in this area, it ain't cold. I'm sweating.
Old Miss.
Stuff. You'll probably see sweating coming down my face here in a few minutes. And I got the cicadas. I think they're called cicadas.
Yeah.
So maybe like, sitting there like, oh man, that's not called cicadas. It's called something else. But yeah, the cicadas are rattling away, and I know more about cicadas now than I ever did before. But pretty cool little animal or bug or whatever you want to call them. They're not animal. I get it. Don't look it up. Like, man, they're not animals. They're bugs. So anyway,
I'm in Ohio, so I'm aware of that, man.
Yeah, you know all about it. So cool. You've been doing this a long time, and that whole process, as we mentioned, of hiring and all that fun stuff, you're taking that off people's plates is really what you guys are doing, right?
Yep, that's exactly what our elevator pitch is, if you want to call it that, is we want to be your full-time recruiting department. So we started this in 2016 as almost like a business model similar to an advertising agency or a marketing agency. It's not a staffing agency. We're not a temp agency, which I highly am cautious with. If you're thinking about using a staffing or temp agency, it's goofy and expensive. We're much less expensive than that, but that's it. We want to be your full-time recruiting department. So if you went to your recruiting director or a recruiting department, you'd ask several things of them. And three of the most important ones, I think, are research our labor market and figure out what we need to do. And then what's our budget? Recruiting department, what's this budget and what do we need to use to boost and sponsor and all that stuff? And then the third thing is, what's our strategy to execute on our hiring needs? Do you need 3 people, 10 people? We lay that out and consult with our clients very closely with that stuff. So yeah, we want to be your full-time recruiting department for sure.
Yeah. And what I found out is hiring through temp agencies and stuff like that, a lot of them can't do it. They think they either their workers' comp won't cover it, or their general, they just can't do it. I had this whole process I went through, and we're excited. Oh yeah, you're gonna give me employees, and they said, oh, you know what? We just found out our workers' comp won't cover it, and then they won't allow them to go to certain heights and things like that. So the Christmas light industry doesn't really work out. So that's where the people need to gravitate towards a company like yourself. And there's not many companies out there like you guys that I know of.
No,
you guys are the best, and definitely people need to hit you up.
Yeah, I mean, there's been, a lot of, not a lot, but a few copycats of what we did and what we started and the business model we put together. Nobody else was doing it. There's probably a couple handful others now that are trying to duplicate what we're doing, but and I know them well and they're good people and all that stuff. Yeah. But what they don't have that we do have is they tend to lean into being a technology company. We're not a tech. I don't like being a technology company. I don't want to be a software company. I want to be a people person. I want to be your full-time recruiting department. I want to consult with you. I want to talk to you. I want to put strategies together with you. And then once you give us the thumbs up, we execute for you. Your only job, quite literally, is to interview who you want to interview. And we'll throw you a bunch of qualified people. You interview them. You hire who you want to hire, and then you're off to the races. That's it. We do everything else, and we do it very, very quickly.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Are you guys seeing any, is it harder pre-COVID or post-COVID? Is it harder?
Easier? Yeah, I just did a live, Matt, last week, I think it was, and it is extremely tough market right now for a lot of the country, and there's a lot of things that are going on right now. There's specifically the blue collar market. I'll give you a couple examples of what's going on. One is manufacturing is coming back to the United States, and I don't want to get into a big political this or that. It's just reality.
Come on, that'd be fun.
Yeah, that's so fun to muddy it up with politics. And I'm going to use the I word. Immigration stuff is definitely tightening up the blue collar labor market. There's just a whole mess of things going on. There was a report that came out, I think it was either June or July, I can't remember, where, for example, the construction industry was at like over 6% unemployment rate, where the rest of the country was at around 4.2. Okay, so that was pretty high in January of this year. It went down to 3.5% as of June. That is a dramatic number to decrease like that. And the other thing that's happening is blue collar wages have gone up 1.3% in 1 month. That has not happened since we were on the moon about 60 years ago. So there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm not going to get into the immigration stuff, but it is tightening up the labor market in a big way.
Okay, good. So what do you say to a company like myself based in California where someone can go, how do you help a company? I shouldn't say, how do you help a company like myself where they can go flip burgers for $20 an hour? That's the minimum wage in California for any fast food restaurants. So how do you recruit for someone like that? Well, I'd rather just flip burgers versus, going to cook Christmas lights up, because that's where we used to start is $20 an hour. Yeah, we increase, of course, through over the years, inflation, all that fun stuff. But it's not too far off where I don't want to make $2 more or $3 more per hour. I'd rather flip burgers. How do you?
Yeah, for sure.
How do you, when you come to that, what do you do?
And let me add to that the difficulty of we're not just up against ABC, restaurant, mom and pop places. We're up against Amazon warehouse, the manufacturing jobs that I touched on that are coming back. These aren't small companies. You're talking like GE Aerospace. You're talking, medical industry, drug companies, things like that. So these are big players in the marketplace. Couple things. There is, without a doubt, a big advantage to the people that we're looking to hire, blue collar, tough people, right? Tough guys and gals that like to work outside, like to work with their hands. These types of people typically aren't, geez, I love corporate life. I love white collar corporate stuff, right? Yeah. And they don't like the big corporate stuff. So you've got to believe that small business, we're a family, we're small business. You're not just a number, that should be in your job ad. That should be part of what you're selling. And the other thing is, and I'll talk about this more in my presentation at CLIPA, but I'll toss it out now as sort of a tease. There's a lot of different gold nuggets I'm going to give out. One of them is this. In your job ad, if you're looking for people like working outside during, the winter season, obviously, landscapers, right? Put that in your job ad. We hire from the landscaping industry. Just those keywords in specific places that I'll talk about can make a big change in what's going on. So you're still going after the same market. You're still going after that person that wants to work outside, really wants to work with their hands. And there's no more exciting job than being outside, hanging lights and looking at what you just put together, man. I mean, it is astonishing what's out there. You know this better than anybody. The things I see your clients and you guys putting on houses nowadays, compared to just 5 years ago, even, or 6 years ago, is crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, we are great at our craft, and that's what
you better believe it.
Yeah.
And that's fun. And that's what it's marketing, a job, right? I always say, give me any sentence with the word marketing or sales in it. I'll take those words out and put the word job ad or recruiting in there, and it's exactly going to work the same.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Well, Shawn, that's a great lead into my next question is CLIPA. Let's talk about what can people expect from Shawn Day. I know you just touched upon it. What are we talking about there? Is it exciting? Of course it is, but what are we going to see at CLIPA?
So for me personally, and my presentation, I'm going to have a booth there this year too. I don't think we had one last year, but I have one this year. So you'll be able to talk to me at the booth and do all kinds of stuff. But the biggest thing I think, or one of them, is we're giving away free recruiting for one lucky company. So we're going to give away a month of recruiting, which usually should get you some people. If you need 1 or 10, we should be able to get you some people. Big asterisk next to that. We're not going to pay for your boosting and sponsoring if we need to do that. But we are, I don't want to go out of business, but it's about $1,000 worth of free recruiting stuff for some lucky guy out there. So that's one thing. And then in the presentation, it'll be about 45 minutes, and there's going to be a lot of free stuff I'm giving away. We're going to give a free access to core values, which I touch on big time. I'm going to give you exactly what you should be doing in job ads, and not just ChatGPT. You can use that to make it sound sexy and all that, but I'm telling you right now, in job boards, it doesn't work. You need to make sure that you understand what job titles and what keywords in exactly the same place they need to be. You're not going to get that from ChatGPT. I've tried it, and ChatGPT and other AI, at least right now, cannot go inside of Indeed.com, which is the biggest job board player that we have in the United States. You're going to have to use that if you're going to fill 5, 10, 15 jobs, okay? I'll tell you that right now. I know exactly how to use Indeed better than anybody that I know of in our industry. There's certain things you've got to adhere to and do that just AI is not going to be able to tell you, and a bunch of other gold nuggets on how to do this very quickly, how to screen people very quickly. If we're up against Amazon, GE Aerospace, and companies like that, you don't think they have the tools and resources to move quickly with their workflows and their automations and all, and their AI? We can teach you how to do that and keep up with those big companies. That's huge.
Yeah, well, it sounds like a science, what you
it is.
Created, and you have the formula. So we're going to let you stick to that, and we're going to focus on what we're good at, and that's hanging Christmas lights.
Yep.
That's great giveaway. I love the giveaway. It's right there on the screen. You guys, Shawn Day said it here. We have proof of it. We've got it recorded. So you can't back out now. So, Shawn, I got a few more questions here, and then we got to wrap it up. But what is Shawn personally doing in 2025 to level up?
Man, I am, and I'm going to touch on this just a little bit because it's something that I see as maybe the number one problem with recruiting when I talk to business owners every single day. So I talk to probably over 1,000 every single year, and that is sort of your ego versus perception. I'm really big into perception. And I don't like the word mindset anymore. I mean, I think it's like paradigm shift was maybe 15 years ago or 10 years ago. I know mindset's important. I don't want to discount that, but I think it's overused maybe a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah. So I like the word perception. I'm going to prove to you, and I know people that are going to watch this and people that are going to show up to the presentation. I'm going to tell you right now, 95 to 98% of them, maybe more, are going to say, these guys don't want to work anymore. This Gen X or whatever generation thing we're on now, they don't work. Nobody's out there. They're not showing up to interviews. And just this perception of how are you going to execute with that type of mindset or perception? I'm going to help you completely change the perception with facts and actually what's really happening out there. And I can give you a little clue. It's a mirror. You're going to need to look into it really, really closely.
There you go. Well, employees are the foundation of any business, and it's important to find the right one. So, Shawn, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I do want to thank our sponsors. We got Mr. Pipeline, Action Lighting, S4 Lights, Tough Clips, Tencel CRM, Gordon Staffing, Holiday Home Concepts, Lightorama. Everybody's so tiny. I'm struggling. Lightorama, Big Star Lights, St. Nick's Holiday Lighting, Holiday Dynamics, Landscape Lighting Secrets, our buddy Ryan Lee over there. Yep. Hire Lee Chill, Secret Weapons, 72-hour prints. They're going to be joining us this year. Vickerman, Twinkle Track. Again, it's really tiny. And we got Snow Effects there. Got it. CLIPA 2025. You guys want to join us August 19th and 20th? That's next week. Get your tickets. You want to join us. We have a huge lineup. Shawn Day, other great speakers are going to be there. This is the opportunity for you to level up your business in 2025 and years beyond. So let's make sure that you show up next week. We're excited to see everybody in Nashville. Beautiful Gaylord, Opryland. Can't wait to see you guys there. Yeah, you've been there before. It's beautiful. You haven't been there before. You're going to get lost, but you're going to be lost in a good world. So come join us next week. We'd love to see you there. Shawn, as always, thank you very much, my brother. Appreciate you, and looking forward to seeing you next week.
Absolutely, man. I am stoked.
All right. Safe travels out there. I'm driving about 4 hours from Mississippi into Nashville on Friday. So looking forward to seeing everybody out there.